Yahawashi, bahasham Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. Shalom and barakim to all the teachers out there teaching the truth and sincerity from the house of Israel. THEOPHANY. A visible manifestation to humankind of God or a God. Okay, let's see more. So, Theos, God. Phanein, to show. Theophania, Latin. Theophany, to show God. And let's go to the scriptures. To show God. Okay. I'm going to do it like this. Oh, right. Let's see. They're all banging. They're all banging. Damn. Okay, Psalm 97:2. Clouds and darkness are round about him. Righteousness and judgment are the habitation of his thrones. This one's good. Let's get into clouds. Ainan. It's going to show the Strong's Ainan, a cloud covering the sky. It says nimbus or thundercloud, but see right here, the clouds, massive theophanic cloud. All right, that's what I wanted to get. And I said I wasn't gonna say anything, I was gonna keep it to myself, but I'm freaking burning up in spirit. Seriously, I seen a unique chariot, or maybe it was 4 or 6, but it looked like a square with up to 4 or 6 different individual chariots, and those individual chariots, oh shit, how do I explain this one? I guess you could say they looked like, oh my god, how do I explain? I know how it's like cloves of oregano, or just cloves, like they have a split in the back. Well, shoot, see, I can't even explain it. So it was a theophanic cloud. Now, let me do this. Because I feel it. I'm juiced up. Behold, oh my bad. Revelation 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so be true. All right, so those clouds that he's coming with, I just got you the 97:3, Psalms 97:3, telling you that this is a theophanic cloud, and we got the definition for theophany. Theos means God, and fanning, to show. Okay, so God shows himself in the clouds for all you Christians in the forms of chariots or UFOs. All right. Now let's prove that again. Nefele. Oh shit. Shit. A cloud, used of the cloud which led the Israelites in the wilderness. Now there's gonna be no more scriptures? Come on, guys. Oh man, and all these scriptures are banging. So let me go back to explaining it. Dude, I was out there in my garden, watering all the plants, making sure everything's good. My chickens are nice and cool. You know, because I got infestation of rats and shit and all that. And they killed basically all my plants. So I was out there. And then I heard a big bang, like pop, like something, like it alarmed me. And I was outside facing the west, because my front door faces the east. So I was facing the west, my backyard. And I looked, and there was like, man, come on. I'm at a loss for words. And it was, I'm gonna draw it on my easel. Because I cannot, for the love of me, explain what I saw. It was like in the formation of a cube, okay, that makes sense. But not a cube, or like an X. And I'm telling you, brothers, it was amazing. I never seen one like this. But it was compromised. It was one big one compromised, or they were going in a formation. And it wasn't jets, because jets make sound and they travel. When a jet travels slow like that, it's fucking howling, making that fucking noise, right? When it's traveling, these babies were traveling slow, and they were blinking one at a time, disclosing their location, making it seem to me like it was in the shape of it has to be a cube. But it was like the dimension was crazy, all right? And I'm gonna stop trying to explain to you what I saw, because I tried to look up chariots like that, look like that, and it just took me to the Phoenix Lights. And the angels are in those UFOs, aka chariots, IFOs, identical flying objects. Matthew 17:5. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the cloud, which said, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased, hear ye him. And I wasn't even gonna mention it. I was like, I'm gonna keep this secret to myself. I couldn't. The little brother hit me up and said, Saturday after camp, I'm gonna go to Sacramento and link up with Yahawa. And I knew this was gonna happen. I was gonna have to work Saturday, but I didn't know that yet. And today at work, they were like, yeah, we're gonna have to work Saturday because our supervisor found another job. So we're down a man, and we're overloaded. We're trying to get back to start the school, and we're trying to get kids in. It's a fucking chaotic event. But you know what? And I was stressed. I guess that's why they showed themselves. I was kind of stressing out. I was like, and I prayed about it too. I was like, just give me the spirit to understand these new regulations and these new laws, and because it's a bunch of shit, man. Brothers. I am responsible for getting kids into these classes, and I have to explain to parents the new procedures about the COVID-19, how they're going to drop them off, this, that, and the other. And parents are concerned, and we're losing a big part of the team at work. So I was a little worried, but this this is just confirmation that he's got my back. How bahasham Yahawashi's got my back. He's got it all figured out for me. I just got to keep pushing. So that little brother said that, and I was like, man. So I got, and that was just right now, after I seen the Chariots. So I did it. Yeah. So you know what? I can't explain. It's like a dice. Like, you know how you're rolling the dice, and if you were to look at the dice being rolled, or you play Yahtzee on the online games, it looks like that. Like the fucking lights were turning into dots, making different shapes. Yeah. I guess I can explain it. Because I put the on my whiteboard, I put a picture of it, of what I saw, and I guess now that I think about it, it did. His dimensions, the dimensions were crazy, man, crazy. And let me just tell you, man, I'm colorblind, legally, man. I went to the Sacramento Mets, trying to take my dumb ass to Afghanistan 20 years ago. And them motherfuckers said, you are blind, homie. You can't see the red laser. You'll get shot because you can't see the infrared at night. But I seen the Chariots. You know, man. All right, I gotta get back to the lesson. Matthew 24:30. And then shall appear the sign. This is the sign that I saw. The sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And that power was demonstrated to me. It's like, man, I seen them. They were doing that incredible dance. And I prayed. I said, and I said, what else did I say? I said, bahasham Yahawashi, Shalak Barakim wa Shalom, Labak Hayar, Shal Yasrala. And then I saluted him and I said, Shalom once. And I was staring at him for like maybe 45 seconds. They covered a lot of distance in the sky. That's, I guess if I were to measure it, I couldn't even tell you. It was amazing. Matthew 26:24. Yahawashi said unto him, Thou hast said, nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall you see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of the power and coming in the clouds of heaven. So that was a sign that Yahawashi is definitely paying attention to the street preaching our camp is doing, to the brothers, to how I'm treating the brotherhood, to how I try to help the brothers, and I learned from the older brothers. And I was just reading the freaking, well, that's after the fact, so I'm not even going to mention it. But before, I was a little concerned. Now my concerns have been lifted away. Oh man, this is just getting intense. Let's get into this. And it's Mark 13:26. And then shall they see everybody on the planet is they. Everybody on the planet. Because if you look up, there's nothing obstructing your view except trees, but the trees are on the ground. But if you're looking straight up and they're all over the sky like stars, you know. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. And I already read that again. But it's, you see, everybody was doing that. Oh man. 1 Corinthians 10:1. Moreover, brethren, I will not that ye should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud and passed through the sea without our protection. And I've been doing a lot of videos on racism today, and that was kind of concerning me. But I'm not concerned anymore. I'm not even going to say Well, I'm just gonna say, what if a bunch of racist Edomites come up and try to lynch us? Well, for me, I'll just pray and be like, Lord willing, that's the Lord's will. I mean, I'm gonna do what He wants me to do, and if what He wants me to do is a spinning back kick and a heel hook, that's what I'm gonna do. But if He wants me to go silently, that's what I'm gonna do as well. Either way, I'm at peace, It's like cool. Because what I want to see is the Chariots getting down. There it is. Behold, Revelation 1:7, behold, He cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see Him. They also which pierced Him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of Him. Even so be true. So that's when He's going to come back and destroy everything with those chariots. And this is just another one to let you know what's going to happen. Revelation 14:14, because we know what the clouds are now, right? Clouds are the chariots. THEOPHANY. And Revelation 14:14, and I looked, and behold, a white cloud, white means pure power. Upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And what is this sickle for? To gather the harvest, right? You got something like a harvester, and that's just basically a machine with countless amount of reapers spinning constantly, gathering up that wheat and the tares and whatever's in that fucking field. The wheat and the tares get gathered up at the same time. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. And it's ripe, man. It's ripe with hate. It's ripe with lies, deceit, witchcraft, sodomy, and homosexuality, demons infesting the land, thinking that they're righteous. It's ready. In Revelation 14:6, I'm going to close on this. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And those are the times we're coming into. Yes, sir. Because that sickle is getting stuck in there. He's just swinging it. And it's moving. And then everything in his path is going to get cut down. So we're part of that sickle also, because we're helping. The more we preach this truth out in the streets, out and about, at the highways and the hedges, the more people come waking up. And there's a lot of people going to be waking up pretty soon. Because of this hate. So we have to be ready to teach. This is the fucking last quarter. This is overtime. We're gonna win though. With that, I'm gonna say shalom. And this is why we give double honors to the apostles of GMS. That's why we say double honors to Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rama, Apostle Rakan, because they all teach you a little something different about the truth. And together, that's the elders of Israel. And there's other elders too, a lot of elders, but those are the head honchos of Yasharallah. And if I'm at the very, very bottom of that ladder, then I'm just so happy to be at that bottom of the ladder. Alright? So with that, I'm going to say shalom.